I'm super brown, super strong, and super sexy. Yeah.
Okay, hey everybody, welcome to the channel. It's your boy, D. Wesley, and you have now come on to Lazy Brown Productions. I'm going over the most recent Superman trailer release. And I have to say, I had to go back to all the other ones just to confirm that if they gave us any really new information, anything different going on. They did not. They've used the same kind of images they have with a few different scenes that came out. But overall, I have to say, to me, DC does a great job in producing great trailers. So you get hyped up and you get really ready to go to the movie theaters and just enjoy yourself. But if they can execute it has always been the question. Sometimes yes and sometimes no. A lot of times, well, recently, the hype or the trailer has not lived up to the hype. And of course, that's just opinion based, but for me, it just always felt that way so far. Now, if I had to say one thing that was interesting about the new trailer was the first one started off with Lois Lane and Superman, kind of giving their perspectives about the whole ordeal. This new one gives it of Lex Luthor's sort of his thought process on the whole dynamics of what's been going on with the recent events in the Superman movie. In terms of, they give his side of the story, like he tells people like, oh, they chose him over me, they could all perish. I kind of like the idea that he says that because Luthor's shown to always be kind of that guy where you get in his way and you can get snuffed out. Overall, I would have to say the trailer was good. I'm glad that they gave Mr. Terrific a line, so we kind of, it was a brief line, but I'm happy with it because I'm a fan of, I won't say too horrible fan, but I like Mr. Terrific. More specifically, I like the T-Spheres. I also like the fact of everybody's trying to figure out who is Superman, where does he come from, who raised him. So that question was brought up in terms of, let's know him so I could get to destroy him in terms on the Lex Luthor side. In the previous trailers, they did it more so of who is Superman so we can know how to handle him. If you remember the second, or actually the official trailer that came out, it was more of like, you're doing these things, which they're not bad, but on the political side or on a bigger scope, it looks horrible because you could come in here, stop a war, yeah, but who's keeping you in control? And it's somebody sending you to stop this. So it looks like you're a liaison for the US, which he tells you in the trailer, I am not. I'm doing this off my own volition, which kind of begs the question of, should Superman still keep the truth, justice, and American way slogan? Because if you're going to have him interact with wars like that, maybe he shouldn't be carrying the American way, because now he would be a liaison for the USA, which a lot of people would not like. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm invested into the story. I want to see what happens. I feel like we are going to get a Superman that maybe is a combination of all the Superman we've gotten so far and who he is. And pretty much what I mean by combination is, one thing I have to do is, first I want to give a thanks to Zack Snyder, because it feels like the story-wise, this is coming from his playbook, and we have a lot. You might be indifferent about the Snyder cut and everything like that, and Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, which I'm one of those people that's indifferent. But I have to give credit where credit's due. He kind of put a good narrative out there of, if someone this powerful and this hopeful was to be dropped into a world that is negative and he doubts what he's doing, how would he react? So I would have to say I have to thank Snyder for that. I know there are probably other Superman stories for that, but it feels like he might have not reinvented, but he kind of brought it back to a forefront of this is kind of a good storyline to start a Superman saga. If I had to say overall, the whole premise of the new Superman thing, I want to say it kind of reminds me of All-Star Superman. I don't know, it just gave me that feel of Superman battling multiple enemies, probably just really one enemy, allies coming, and you're showing the greatness of Superman and all that he does. So let's see how it goes. It's not really much else I can say. I wish I kind of put out the previous trailer first, but it is what it is. But if I had to say, let's see what they do. I'm all for it personally. Let's see how they tackle it. But I'm looking forward to seeing like how Superman deals with critiques about how he does things, how all the other characters play into the story. Because I'm hoping that they don't do it where he takes a backseat, which it doesn't look like it, but I'm hoping they don't take he doesn't take a backseat to everybody. I'm hoping. But yeah, overall, good job, DC. Hopefully the movie can live up to the hype. I'm hoping, praying that it can. But overall, tell me what y'all think. As you can see, I got the Superman shirt on. I'm kind of a Superman fan, I'm not gonna lie. If I had to choose out of the big three, I'm more of a Superman guy myself. But he's not my favorite, but he's but I do like him. But overall, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch y'all later, and it looks like it's time for me to go. So peace out, alrighty then, see you.